He invented Sky Vodka, sold the thing for about $650 to $700 million. And he claims, there's a kind of a court thing, you can look into it, but he claims his partner bought downtown Tulsa without his knowledge. Like a third of it. So like the city, the Chase Tower, the Bank of America Tower, these big Tulsa iconic buildings, he owns them now.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh man, I'm going to pitch this deal. So what we did, I'm going to open up my man fridge in the man cave here so I can show you Thrivers. I'm sorry the audio got a little weird there, but this is what we did. I passed out Sky Vodka bottles to everybody on my team.
Yeah.
And I said, here's the deal. I want you to put Sky Vodka and orange juice in a red cup and put it behind you. So when he walks in the room, act like you've been drinking vodka, but you're trying to hide it. So everybody, we have red Solo cups.
Yeah.
Take orange juice, pour vodka in there with it, and when he walks by, act like you're trying to hide the bottle. So we've got like probably 30 guys doing this, okay? And then I read his entire biography. Vanessa knows his entire autobiography. Read it once, couldn't sleep, read it again, had all these notes, made a super detailed presentation. He walks in, and hello, Mr. Kenbar, how are you, sir? He's kind of a smaller guy. And he walks in, the first guy goes, and if you're on Facebook Live, you can see him. He's like, oh, so sorry, sir. And he tries to hide the bottle. And he laughs. And then the next guy, oh, sorry, sir. And we all try to act like we're formal. Yeah. We're all in ties, suits and ties, but we're all hiding vodka bottles. Yeah. Nice. So we sit down to do the presentation, and we use the Brookings Institute as they have a paper on urban renewal. I totally reversed engineered that thing, had a super detailed PowerPoint, it was awesome. It was sick. And I showed him how we're going to help reinvigorate downtown Tulsa, which we did, by the way. And so we helped him reset all this downtown space. I get halfway through my presentation. He looks at me, and I'll never forget. He goes, Mr. Clark, sometimes you need to know when to stop talking. I'm like, okay. Did I talk too much? And he goes, you've got the deal, son.
Oh,
and I'm like, yes, touchdown. Now, imagine the opposite of that feeling when you go meet with Fred Wilson, the top venture capital guy. You're emotionally pumped up. You're mentally lubricated. You're doing push-ups the night before. You're taking steroids. I'm pumped up. We're going to meet Freddie Wilson. We're going to get pumped up. And then you meet him, and your friends go, how'd it go? And you go, we got shut down. What was that, bro? We got shut down. You got shut down? Stay tuned. Thrive Time Show.
Live, local, now. You're listening to the Thrive Time Show on Talk Radio 1170.
Hello, Thrive Nation, Oklahomies, people in other countries, people in other planetary systems, people in other universes, other galaxies, people in other vast areas of the ether that surrounds us all. Welcome to the Thrive Time Show. This is your place to learn how to start and grow a business. Today we're talking about the Airbnb story, which is how the guys at Airbnb went from 3 dudes living on air mattresses to becoming founders of $1 billion company. If you missed the rest of the story, you're going to want to tune in. You're going to want to go to thrivetimeshow.com. thrivetimeshow.com, where you can hear the entirety of the story if you missed it. But basically, 2007, they get this idea to rent out their house because they're out of cash. Now, 2009, 2 years into the business, these guys get shut down by Freddie Wilson, one of the top venture capital people, after they've spent all of their money. Sharita Bent, she's our co-hostess with the mostest. She's with me tonight. Mrs. Sharita, how would you feel if you've been working on something for 2 years and you get shut down by the top? I mean, your mind, you're going to meet Yoda.
Right.
Imagine you're face-to-face with Yoda, and he's going, no, fund you, I will not. Bad idea it is. How would you feel?
I would be sad and disappointed for sure.
You would?
Yeah.
Now, Brett Denton, successful entrepreneur from Boise, Idaho. Sir, how would you feel?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that one.
So you guys would feel a little bit down.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So this is what happens. 2009, they're out of space, but people start booking. Oh, they start booking one by one. Just boop, little bit of email coming in. Boop, another one. They're going, dude, that's like 2 today.
And this is after the Manilow drummer, right?
Yeah.
Like that.
Barry Manilow's drummer booked with him, booked his whole house out. They're going, well, at least we got Barry Manilow's drummer. Like, what's his name? It doesn't matter. Like, do we even know it for sure he even had a drummer? Is that where can we verify this? Don't worry about it. We're on a roll. The thing is, so 2009, imagine they're just barely struggling. They now are starting to get some revenue. They're barely making it. Revenue's coming in just a little bit. And imagine just the sound of an email coming in. Boop. Okay? They're like, dude, we booked something. It's crazy. And then, boop. Well, pretty soon, they go, there's enough boop boops that we now have to hire some people. So now, in their crappy apartment on Roush Street, they have 15 people.
Nice.
These are the guys who used to be living in a closet.
Yeah.
They rented out their entire house as a way to pay rent. They're living in a closet. Now they have 15 people. These people who apparently don't value space. There's 15 people
I could
working
not be
together.
with them. I could not.
Yes, all 15 employees are working in their bedroom. So they're just living there because they can't afford office space.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Google started in their garage. Apple started in their garage. Amazon started in their garage. You're going, well, you just keep saying garage. Disney started in their garage. Hewlett-Packard started in their garage. You just keep saying garage. Listen, the Garage Mahal is where y'all need to start. I'm going to repeat that. The Garage Mahal is where, he's Oklahoman, where y'all need to start. That's how you do it, okay? But I'm telling you, you've got to do this. You have to start somewhere. 2010 comes along, November of 2010, early 2011. The company continues to experience rapid growth because they're starting to sell some things. Now, Sharita, if I'm doing the math, 2007, when you look at 2010, you take 7 from 10. How long have they been working on this?
They've been going at it for 3 years.
Yeah. Now, 2011, early 2011, this is 4 years. The company continued to experience growth, and they raised $7.2 million in Series A funding from Greylock Partners and Sequoia, and announced that they had 700,000 nights booked out. 80% occurred, though, in the last 6 months.
Wow.
Wow.
So they had nothing, and then woof, boom.
Suddenly.
That
success.
is always how it happens. And the thing is, on the other side, right when you're one step away from giving up, that's when the success happens.
Yeah.
But a lot of people begin to quit right before that.
Right. When Yoda says no.
So
that's
why
when they
is
wanna
that?
quit.
And Shrita, your mind, you know a lot of people. A lot of people got motivated, a lot of people who are good people, and they just quit. What's the deal?
Well, I think number one, you have to have a strong personal conviction. That's what I heard Brett talking about. That's what you hear from entrepreneurs who have been successful. I know that about you, Clay, as well. You have your own personal truth and conviction about, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to give up on this. I think that's the first level. You have to have that.
I'm not going to quit.
Yeah. No matter what.
So what year did they start? In 2007.
7.
Now, 2007, things are taking off. And those of you who've ever Googled, just Google Airbnb tonight. They're taking off. Now, my wife is on the set today. She's on the man cave today because we live here in an undisclosed location. She's here. But I'm just going to ask Vanessa rhetorically, but could you imagine what it would be like to have worked on a business from 2007 to 20 at this point? Okay, it's 2011. And then to get a class action major lawsuit against you from almost every major city who says it's illegal to rent out your home. How would that feel?
Worse than Yoda. I'm like, worse than Yoda saying no, right?
No, and you're like, oh, no. And
Yeah.
can you imagine
She says
open up-
stressful. She says stressful. It'd be stressful.
Could you imagine open up your inbox and going, hey, bro, what's that, Brian? Brian, what's that, Brian? Here's the deal. We're being sued. Oh, it's cool. It's cool, man. We got funded $7.2 million from Greylock. We're being sued for like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh, gosh.
From who? Probably just random people, right, bro? Upset random people. Entire cities.
Ugh.
Like the city government, like the people who are in charge of the planet, in America. I mean, imagine the sinking feeling.
Yeah.
But check it out. YouTube. Google them tonight. Has YouTube ever been sued? Yes. Has Google ever been sued? Yes. If you start a successful business, will you ever be sued? Yes. And if you're going to have success, will you ever be stressed? Yes. So check it out. If you want to have success, this is how it goes. You go from stressed to some success, and then to some blessed. That's how it works. But you start with that stress. We come back, Thrivers. We're going to talk about how Airbnb has taken it to the next level, like Aaron Neville. Octave. Boom.
You're listening to the Thrive Time Show on Talk Radio 1170.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to your inspiration station, your audio dojo of mojo, the place where you go to learn what you need to know to start to grow a business. And a lot of people have been telling me, they're going, I was driving down the road one day, and then it was like a spiritual. I got slapped in the face, and I'm going, I didn't know that. I did not know that. I've been living life. I've been going to school, checking the boxes, doing the thing, but I did not know that. And here's the thing. I'm going to give you some things I want you to know, and I want you to marinate on this, and I'm going to read them off to you one by one. I want you to just understand the complexity of what I'm talking about, but the simplicity of it, okay? Because complexity does not scale, but simplicity does. But it requires a very a pig-headed or a very complex mind to grasp this concept. Dr. Zellner is not on the show today because he's out expanding his vast empire. But between he and I, there's an auto auction called Z66.com, Z66AA.com, okay? They'll sell thousands of cars every Friday. And guess what? I'm not out selling a car. He's not out selling a car. Then he's invested in a bank called bankregion.com, okay? He's also invested in an optometry clinic. I have a photography company called epicphotos.com, actually the world's largest wedding photography company. Elephant in the Room men's grooming lounge exists. And I go on and on and on. There is the Z's Sleep Center. There's Sprick Realty. There's all these companies I'm involved with, he's involved with, and they're all growing. And check it out. I'm not actually selling the real estate, parking the cars, selling the thing, putting on the glass. It's going to be built systems that have the capacity to work without us. And so that's why this story today is so phenomenal, because these three dudes, they went from sleeping on air mattresses to building Airbnb into the billion-dollar business that it is today. And if you missed the earlier segments, I'm going to kind of give you an abbreviated version. Basically, in 2007, they are realizing we live in San Francisco. They're going, we live in San Francisco and we can't afford anything. Imagine what it's like getting your utility bill in San Francisco or your rent bill, and you go, oh no, and you can't afford to pay it. So they said, hey, here's the deal. We're going to rent out our apartment. So they rent out their apartment to two dudes and a lady. Kind of weird, but two dudes and a lady. They rented it out, and basically they rented it out for $80 a piece, and they end up bringing in $240 extra. They're sleeping in the closet. They go, this could be a thing. They take all their money. They hire their good friend Nathan. He builds a website. They go to the South by Southwest conference. They have almost no success. They only sell 2 bookings. Then they start recycling basically cereal. They take cereal, like Cheerios or generic cereal, generic O's of some kind. They take those, they put them keep them in the bag, they put them in a box, and they start this thing called Obama O's. They start marketing Obama O's, like President Obama O's, like President Barack Hussein Obama O's. They're starting to sell these Obama O's, and they raised just enough money selling them for $40 a box during an election year that they stay in business. They go pitch to Paul Graham. Paul Graham, who's Paul Graham? Paul Graham's the guy who helped launch Dropbox and Reddit. Paul Graham says, you guys are like cockroaches. You won't stop. He gives them $20,000. They take the $20,000, they fly in a plane all around the country. They discover that people don't like the photos on Airbnb.com, and that's why they're not booking. So they fly back, and they fix the photos. And they fly back, out to New York, and they take more photos, and they fly back. They're out of money. They're making $200 a week. They put the new photos up. They're making $400 a week. And they now are starting to sell enough. They get 15 employees to work together at their house. Now they're basically all living together in some sort of weird Branch Davidian, Waco, Texas communal. Do we all need to share our clothes? We all need to share our clothes. We all need to share our wives and our clothes because we're all going to make Airbnb together. It's like cultish at this point. It's weird. I mean, wouldn't it be weird working with 15 people in a house?
In a bedroom, definitely.
Isn't that weird?
Definitely.
Is that weird for you, Brett?
That's weird. Yeah,
okay,
that's
so we have Miss Sharita Bent here.
Yeah.
She's the Thrive 15 hostess with the mostest here. And we have Mr. Brett Denton, a very successful entrepreneur based in Boise, Idaho. He started a company called Cavell Fitness. It's done very, very well. And so they're on the show today. But that's weird for you guys.
Definitely. And
Depends on
sleeping
what
in
you're
the
into.
closet.
Right? Depends on what you're into, right?
Truth.
For me, man, I'll tell you what I dream of, you're talking about dreams. I dream of 15 people living together, on an air mattress. And then we rent it out, with a website. And to me, that's cool. I mean, you throw in some Obama O's, we're talking like, woohoo, that's great, Leroy. I mean, that's not, very few people have that dream.
Yeah.
Right? So what happens is very few people have that dream. So what happens is they work hard. They grow the business. So now in 2007, they started. In 2011, they just start making some money, and then they get